MLS missed a huge opportunity with the World Cup coming. The league holds the golden opportunity because the World Cup is hosted right here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. All eyes lock on soccer across North America for the next 2 months. MLS could have used this moment to boost the quality, pull in casual fans, and keep them watching long after the final whistle. The league could have pushed into the top 6 territory worldwide after this event. Instead, the moment slips away while the league milks every last drop from one player, Lionel Messi. Messi arrived in 2023 and delivered instant momentum. The greatest player in history turned Inter Miami into a global brand recognizable by everyone. Attendance exploded wherever Messi stepped on the field. In 2026 alone, crowds hit 75,000 plus in Colorado, LA, and other stops. League-wide viewership jumped hard. Opening weekend 2026 drew 9.7 million live viewers across every platform, up 59% from last season. Social media lights up, jerseys sell out, and the league suddenly sits on the map for millions who never paid attention before. The problem runs deeper than one superstar. MLS still clamps down with the same tight salary cap, and for 2026, the club salary budget sits at $6.5 million, with 3 designated players per team, which has been the same rule since 2011, and everyone else stays locked inside it. Messi himself called it out back in October 2025. The league needs to loosen spending restrictions so every team can chase real talent without limits. Messi said every club should sign whoever the club wants, no rules holding back any club. Those words came straight from the biggest star in the league and the world. What changes actually landed ahead of the World Cup? In January of 2026, the league loosened a few roster rules: unlimited cash for player trades, no more caps for age limits or interleague loans, and a bit more flexibility on international slots. Those moves helped with paperwork, but the big levers never moved. No extra DP spots, no meaningful salary cap jump, no open checkbook to flood the league with 4 or 5 more world-class names. The league kept the same structure that held it back for years. The calendar tells the same story. Back in November 2025, MLS announced it was going to switch to the summer-spring schedule starting in 2027. That lines up with the top European leagues and gives players a real winter break, and also helps align them with the transfer window to where players can start their preseason where other big teams around the world also start the same time with their preseason. It sounds perfect on paper. The problem is simple, though. In 2026, they're playing the exact same February to October grind and old schedule, and the World Cup window arrives right in the middle of that season. The league could have timed the calendar shift to market a fresh post-tournament era, and instead, the fans get the familiar rhythm during the biggest soccer summer in North America has ever seen. Now picture the weeks right after the World Cup final. Every tournament creates new stars, young players light up the stage, and suddenly carry massive market value. MLS could have prepared aggressive spending rules and a clear signing window to chase those names. The league could have marketed those signings as the next chapter. You love the World Cup, now watch these stars every weekend in MLS. Now they can still do this, but it would have just hit a little harder if they had done this into their first ever season with their new calendar. Casual viewers could have become season ticket holders and just had this new energy for the league. It's a little different when the league is starting the second half of its season right after the World Cup after they just took an 8-week break. Instead, the same restrictive system stays in place. Messi still produces at the same level and Inter Miami keeps dominating, but the rest of the league runs on the same parity and the same limited budgets that worked fine in 2015. Some global rankings already place MLS near the top 10, but top 6 territory stays out of reach without real financial firepower. The league invests millions in the World Cup marketing and local activations, yet the structural changes that turn one-time viewers into lifelong fans never arrive. This was the moment. The World Cup in the backyard, Messi already here, global eyes already watching. MLS could have opened the spending rules wider, aligned the calendar sooner, and chased post-tournament talent hard. The league could have built something that lasts far beyond 2026. The opportunity stood right there, ready to catapult American soccer forward. It still feels like the league let it pass by, content to ride the Messi wave. and hope the glow rubs off on its own. And look, MLS is probably never going to get an opportunity like this before when you think about the growth the league could see after an event like the World Cup being hosted in their own backyard in Canada, in Mexico, all the appeal, all the potential signings or people that would be interested in coming to the league. And like I said, showcasing the brands of the players that you sign right after the World Cup when people who may be casual fans just saw them at this World Cup event. And when we talk about Messi, when they signed him in 2023, I thought that they were going to go on this absolute tear of signing other big names and just keep adding and adding and adding. And then this would be the signing that would help them open up the purse strings to sign better players and more better players rather than just one guy. But MLS has had this plan to just use Messi and, like I said earlier, just use him as a cash cow and him alone and hope that that makes them as much money as possible. But they have to build the league for success when he leaves and make the league a better quality to where people want to stick around and watch what they're doing. Also, how about the fact of having a player of his caliber in your league for the World Cup, which he will be playing in? It just felt like this could have catapulted the league in a whole different stratosphere. It honestly feels like MLS is doing the same exact playbook they'd be doing if they didn't have Messi, and they are doing an absolutely generational fumble with trying to help the league grow, which is frustrating for someone like myself who wants to see what this league really could be when it's all settled, right? And I know a lot of you viewers also want to see the league be the best version of itself. And it just feels like a huge missed opportunity, not only to grow the league in quality, but marketing and everything and popularity, all these things. Huge missed opportunity. And you talk about the rules, designated players. It's the one rule that lets you sign whoever you want at any salary for any transfer fee. And MLS only has 3, and they've had 3 for the last 15 years. What are they waiting for? That's the question I ask. The collective bargaining agreement ends in 2027, which is where the league and the players agree to what the salary cap is, what the minimum and maximum salary is, all that stuff. But this should have been done sooner, and it should have been done more effectively than what we're seeing. They should be allowed teams to sign more players of quality, not just 3 per team. I've been saying this for a while, and allowing a team to sign maybe 2 or 3 stars after the World Cup, if those players want to come, just seems like it's a no-brainer, but they're not going to be able to do that based on the current. Hey everyone, quick word from our sponsor, FanDuel. If you're into soccer like I am, you already know how exciting La Liga, the Premier League, and MLS matches can get. With FanDuel, you can make it even more fun by placing bets on your favorite teams and matches across all 3 leagues. Whether it's a Premier League showdown, a La Liga thriller, or an MLS game with your local club, FanDuel makes it easy and exciting to bet on what you watch. Just remember, you have to be 21 years or older to play. Please bet responsibly and only if you're of legal age and in a state where it's allowed. Download the FanDuel app or head over to FanDuel.com, sign up, and get in on the action. Thanks for supporting the channel through FanDuel. Rules, and there's only going to be maybe one big name player per team, and that's even if the player wants to go to said team. So that just feels like a missed opportunity itself too. Like I envisioned this when the World Cup was announced in 2018 and then Messi signed 2023, that we were just going to see the biggest influx we had ever seen in Major League Soccer history of quality players come to the league. Not just quality players, but quality players with big names. And it was going to skyrocket. Like, I genuinely thought this league could have been top 6 after the World Cup, but that's obviously not going to happen now. And it just kind of makes you wonder, what are they doing? Like, what is the commissioner, what are the owners thinking? Why are they not capitalizing on this opportunity that they're only going to get once, most likely? One time, one Messi, one World Cup, one chance to get these fans interested in your league, or it's going to be the easiest chance to get these casual fans to want to watch your league. And then when you think about the calendar, right? The calendar just got voted to change. They were talking about it last year in 2025 or 2024, the beginning of 2025. They were talking about changing the calendar, and they kind of got cold feet, but they inevitably still did it. Wouldn't it have been made more sense to have, especially considering there's going to be a 2-month break for the World Cup? MLS is playing their last game on May 24th, and they won't play again until late July. 2-month break for MLS. Wouldn't it have made sense just to do their sprint season, which is their shortened season now, rather than after the World Cup's already finished, the following year? It would have been awesome to say, hey, by the way, we got these new players. We got this new calendar right after the World Cup. Watch MLS, the first season of the new European calendar we have adopted. It's going to start in August and it's going to end in May, the new format. That would have been the best way to promote it, not a year later. I just don't get why they did this, especially because they're essentially doing a sprint season anyway with this 2-month break. What other soccer league in the world does a 2-month break that's not the off season? It absolutely makes no sense. That's what they should have done. So I think that's another missed opportunity for what they've done. And also, too, what about the player signings and stuff? What about the getting some of these big players? Are they going to be able to sign some of these big names this summer that's going to help the league? I don't know if they're going to be able to, because I think some of these players are going to probably want to not come to MLS because there's not enough roster flexibility for them to come. A lot of these guys are not going to take pay cuts to come to Major League Soccer. They're going to want to be paid because they can either stay in Europe or they can go to Saudi Arabia and make an insane amount of money. So I just don't think MLS really thought this out perfectly. They're going to sign some players. They're going to sign some big names this summer, but it just could have been more. I'm tired of settling of something that could have been bigger and implemented better. And that's what MLS always do. They're always a day late and a dollar short. And I'm just curious what you guys think. Do you think MLS did drop the ball? Do you think they planned effectively for this? Do you think they're wasting a golden opportunity? Like this, thinking about this on paper, writing it out with the timeline from 2018 to now, with everything that's happened, I'm sure most of you agree with me and would think that the league would have been in a better spot than what they are now. Not that they're bad. They got two big names in Messi and Son Heung-min, but it just should have been implemented better. And it should have been a rising tide lifting all boats type thing where they just kind of got better and better each year. And we just have not seen that. And we see this in other aspects of like them failing in CONCACAF Champions Cup. Things should be different in 2026. The league is not going to fold. You got to spend money to make money. And I understand people will come back and say, but you can't spend other people's money. But also, they're asking us to spend our money. We're the consumer, and we expect a better product. That's how it works, right? So I expect them to invest more money. That hasn't happened. And it feels like this golden opportunity is going to come and go. And it should have been implemented way, way better. And I think MLS is going to regret not doing what should have been done in 2026. So I'm curious what you guys think. Are you happy with the way MLS implemented their plan for 2026? Do you think that they missed an opportunity like I do? Curious to see what you guys think. We'll see what happens after the summer, but it just feels like we're going to always wonder what if.